Alright, I'm going to be talking about how you guys can make money with social media. Now, you don't have to be an influencer to do this, and you can also be pretty young. I started when I was 18, but you could definitely start earlier if you're aware of this. I just didn't know about it before I was 18. Basically, what I'm going to be talking about is social media management. So, companies will pay you to manage their social media accounts. Now, there's a couple ways this can work. There's actually many ways, but for me, what it looks like is a lot of the clients I work with send me their content, and then I edit the content, I schedule it out and post it for them, and then I also create a lot of graphics for them, like flyers, posters, or promotional posts. Another way that this could work is you can work out a deal with the company where, say, you go in and shoot content once, twice per month, and you go in, shoot the content yourself, and handle the posting. There's a couple different ways it could work. The way that I do it, where I don't have to go shoot content for anyone, can be done completely from home. You can work from wherever you want, but both ways are really good. And if you're working with a company who isn't too experienced with social media and they're nearby where you are, it would definitely help if you could go in, shoot that content once or twice per month, and give yourself enough content for the month. Now, some of these companies might also want you to handle their messages, respond to comments, do like a community management sort of thing, and a lot of them might also want you to help grow their social media accounts to bring in new business for them. Now, what do you need to do this? Literally, you could just start with a smartphone, and that is if you have to go in and take pictures for them or shoot content, or if they send you the content, you could really do this with just a smartphone. A laptop might help if you're editing graphics and creating graphics. Laptop could help, and a camera might help if you're going in and shooting content for them. But again, a newer smartphone should do the job just fine. And with the laptop, it might also be easier to use softwares like Meta Business Suite or Later, or any software that allows you to schedule posts out, because yes, you don't have to post for them every single time they have a post. You could sit down in one session and schedule all the posts out, and they will post automatically for the date and time that you set them. And again, the tool I use for that is Meta Business Suite for Facebook and Instagram, and I believe there's tons of other tools. One of them is called Later, and again, it's another scheduling platform. Another thing that you will definitely need is some discipline, because you will essentially be working for yourself, so you won't have a boss telling you what to do or what time you need to get things done. You really need to be on top of yourself to make sure you are getting work done on time or ahead of time, and also giving yourself enough time to do things to grow your business as well. When you're first starting out, and when you're trying to make sales, you're gonna need leads. Now, what a lead is basically a business that you could potentially work with in our case, right? Tons of different ways to find leads, but I think if you're a beginner, the best way is to really think about your own area, what businesses you have around you, and even making a quick Google search to do so. What you can do is go on Google and say you live in Austin, Texas, right? And you want to work with coffee shops. Type in coffee shops in Austin, Texas on Google. Go on their website. Now, most websites have their social media pages attached to them. In the bottom or the top of the site, there should be a little icon with like an Instagram or Facebook logo. Click on that, check out their social media accounts. If you think that you can help them improve their social media presence, say they haven't posted in a while, they haven't been posting consistently at all, or they just take really crappy pictures, and you think you can help, they're definitely a good candidate to work with. Now, especially if you're in the same area as the business, I would just walk in and introduce yourself and start explaining what you can do and how you can help them. I think, especially if you're younger, a lot of businesses or people in general like the idea of a younger person taking initiative and, building their own business. So in a lot of those cases, I think it would be easier for that business to get on board with you if you show up in person. Another way to do it is to call them, email them, or message them. And if you look at my channel, I have tons of videos of me calling businesses, trying to sell them my services. Now, the last point in this slide is definitely the most important one, and it shouldn't be at the bottom of the screen, it should be all the way at the top. And that is, use your network and tell people what you do, okay? Some of my first few clients doing this came through referrals through family or friends, and that's why I say use your network and let people know what you do, because there's been instances where just because a family member of mine knew what I do, months or years down the road they were able to refer me to another business that was looking for similar services, and they ended up being one of my best clients that I've ever had. You might have a family friend, a family member, or just someone you know that has a business, and since you already know them, they might be inclined to help you out and start working with you and let you get your foot in the door. That is the most important thing on this slide. Definitely use your network. Tell people what you do. Don't be afraid to do so. Okay, so what exactly do you offer these businesses? If you are a complete beginner, it's going to help to maybe offer a free trial so you can get some experience, get some practice, and gain some confidence. And if you don't want to do the free trial, you should probably not be pricing your services too high, because again, you are just a beginner and you don't have any proof of work, and you really need to start working and get a few clients so you can gain that experience and get better and better and be able to charge higher prices and work with bigger businesses in the future. An example offer that you can give them is you can say, hey, I'll come into your store once per month. I will shoot all my content, and then I will have 4 posts for you per week on Instagram and Facebook, and for this I will be charging you $350. That's just an example of an offer. I think $150 to $400 per month is a decent starting range for beginners, and that's probably where you should be around. Now again, you don't just have to think Instagram and Facebook. This could be anything. You could say, I'll manage your Twitter account or your TikTok account, your YouTube account. It just has to be fitting to what they want to do, and you can use your judgment when you're talking to them or when you're learning about that to figure out which service would be the best for them. Another thing is, as I mentioned before, a lot of these companies won't even require you to be on site with them and shoot content. A lot of them have their own content or just want you to create graphics, so that can make it a lot easier, and you can work completely from home. You can work from anywhere actually, as long as you have a laptop or a phone and some Wi-Fi. Now, like I said, a lot of these companies might just want you to create different flyers or posts for sales that they're doing, and for a lot of this stuff I use a software called Canva, and I feel like I've gotten pretty good with Canva. I'm just so used to it now. But if you're more advanced, you can use the Adobe suite softwares like Photoshop or InDesign or Illustrator and stuff like that. But for me, Canva works really well for what I have to do. Now here's just a little bit of a recap of my intro lesson on social media management and some tips for you to leave this video with. First thing is, don't be afraid to get out there and start offering your services to businesses. You will gain experience, get better, and gain more confidence in yourself. I'm assuming that a lot of you are around your teenage years or your 20s, and if that's the case, we pretty much grew up on social media and have a lot better of a social media sense than a lot of these business owners, because they grew up in a different era, and we just understand it a lot better, so a lot of it is second nature to us. So for them, social media might seem like a daunting task, but for you, it might be really easy. So don't be afraid to get out there, start telling people what you do, and start pitching your services to businesses. What you can do right after this video is think of businesses in your area that might need your help. Start walking around your local town area or your local city. Maybe start just walking into businesses, introducing yourself. I think it'll be a fun little icebreaker for yourself. Now the second point kind of ties in with the first one. Learn and practice. Pitch your service to businesses. Maybe give someone a free trial so you can really practice and gain your experience. And again, just get better and better as you go. Third thing on here is the most important again. Leverage the people around you, especially in the beginning. Leverage the people around you is the third and most important point on this slide as well. Even if you don't work directly with a family member or a friend, they might have someone that they know that could use your services, and I've gotten clients that way, as I mentioned before. So yeah, that is my little intro lesson for beginners on social media management. If you have any questions at all, feel free to comment them on this video, or you can also join my Discord server which is linked in the description of this video. Feel free to ask me any questions under this video or over there. If you enjoyed this video or found any value in it, definitely make sure to subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.